And so what had to do, honestly, is just say, I don't care what people think. I am the only one that has to answer for what I do, and I'm going to do whatever I can to please God. Even when it's hard, even when it doesn't make sense, even if everybody ends up hating me, but they don't. I have more friends now than I've ever had. I've been able to renew friendships from a long time ago. People that have said, I'm sorry, I didn't really get what you were going through, and I really didn't know what to say. And other people that said, oh, I just prayed for you all the time, but I couldn't really, I didn't know how to help you.
God never once condemned me. He just, put his arms around me and he just loved on me. Even when I was so angry, I felt his arms just loving on me. I think he was rejoicing because I was finally getting it out there because he could see the damage it was doing inside of me. Right? And he was just glad that I was getting it out there because it allowed him the opportunity to go in and do a healing work. And that's what I want for the women.
My sense of worth started to restore. God started to start telling me, not telling me, but well, it was telling me, but also reassuring me who I am in Him. That I am worthy to be loved, that I am, worth being pursued, that I am a delight. That I'm a beautiful daughter of His. And so, hearing all those words of affirmation from Him, all it's done is just build me up. And knowing, what, even if I never meet anyone again, if I never marry again, I have the affirmation and the love from my heavenly daddy, and he is just, he's so wonderful and so kind, and that is what has brought me out, nothing else.
To live the addicted life would be horrible. To live as the spouse of an addict is a nightmare. But God is good. He sustains us. If we keep our eyes on Him, we keep hoping, we put one foot in front of the other day after day. And Marcia told me this early on, and I didn't know I would have. She said when I first started talking to her, Fonda, I do have joy again. There will always be the pain. Those scars will never go away. But she said, I have joy again. And I couldn't imagine that. But I can still remember where I was standing on the stairs one day, catching myself laughing and going, wow, there it is. There it is. I have a smile again. It took a long time to get there. And now, there are more good days than bad days. So I just encourage everybody on their journey to be hopeful that God has a plan for you, but it does require you to stand up, to embrace boundaries, to not turn a blind eye at sin. Sin grows in the darkness, We need to bring the light into it and say, we will not live with it. There are boundaries, and it is our duty to draw those around ourselves and protect ourselves.
It wasn't long after I was married to my husband that I was just praying to God, and I was praying in the Spirit of God, and next minute I could actually hear these cries from these women in this nation of Australia. I could literally hear them, and I could actually hear their hearts. I could hear the desperation, I could hear the pain, I could hear the isolation coming from their hearts. And I wept, and I could not stop weeping. And I remember, saying to God, whatever you want me to do, I will do. And so, tomorrow I'm meeting up with a beautiful lady that she runs a beautiful ministry called City Women, which helps so many different ministries within our town, but also especially in the outer regions of Queensland as well. And so I'm going to be talking to her tomorrow about maybe facilitating a group or running a group where there's actually support for women here in Australia that, are wives of sex addicts or partners of sex addicts,